Hi, welcome to the new video of data structure class. Last class we discussed about the time complexity, space complexity, how to identify the time complexity of a particular program that we discussed in the last class. Today we are going to start a new module, that is the second module, and the first topic that we are discussing here is stack. We already discussed about stack. Stack is a linear data structure which follows a particular order in which the operations are performed. So, what linear data structure we already discussed is it's a data structure in which elements are stored in a sequential order. So, stack is a linear data structure, and the order may be last in, first out. The last inserted element will be removed first. That is the meaning of last in, first out, or we can say it as LIFO, L-I-F-O, last in, first out. Or it can be explained in another way, that first in, last out. The first inserted element will be removed last. So this is the concept of stack. A real-time example is a deck of cards, or a pile of plates, or coins in a tumbler, or bangles in a lady hand. All these are some of the real-time examples of this stack. So let me discuss one of the example, like a pile of plates. What's happening that here a set of plates are arranged one by one on the top. If you are trying to remove a plate in between, what will happen? All other plates are getting disturbed. Sometimes the plates may get damaged. So to avoid such kind of situation, what we are going to do is we are removing the plates one by one. Consider the first, the last placed plate will be removed first, and again the second last placed plate removed second. Likewise, we are removing the plates one by one from the top of the pile. So this is the procedure of a stack. For another example, that consider bangles in a lady hand. So what we are going to do, the first inserted bangle can be removed first, because it's a the operations in the sense removing a bangle or adding or inserting a bangle can be done only through one end. Okay, so tumbler, the coins in a tumbler. So tumbler, we have only one way of doing this operation. So the coins will be inserted one by one on the tumbler. The last inserted coin can be removed first. That is the procedure. Otherwise, we don't have any other option to remove a coin from the middle of the tumbler, because tumbler is having only one open position. So what we are doing is we can remove the last inserted coin from the tumbler, then the next last inserted coin from the tumbler. Likewise, we are doing the operation. Okay, what are the operations of stack? So basically we have two operations. First one is push operation, and the second one is a pop operation. Push operation in the sense pushing or storing an element onto the stack. Pop operation in the sense removing or accessing an element from the stack. To use a stack efficiently, we need to check the status of the stack. It is very important. Why? Because consider, if we are inserting coins on a tumbler, the first thing we just want to understand that a tumbler has a capacity in the sense this tumbler has a limitation that it can store only a maximum of 5 coins. Consider a maximum of 5 coins. So if we are inserting the coins one by one without verifying the stack, without verifying the tumbler, verifying the tumbler in the sense just verifying whether the tumbler is having any empty space to add a new coin onto the tumbler. So what we are doing is we are inserting the coins one by one, and if it reaches to the maximum limit, what will happen? The tumbler will not accept or will not accommodate the new coin, and it will get rejected. So in such situation, it is a wastage of effort. We are trying to do that. Okay, it is a wastage of time and effort. To avoid that, before adding a new element onto the new coin onto the tumbler, what we have to do? Just look into the tumbler and verify whether the tumbler is having a empty space. If the tumbler is having the empty space, then what we will do? We will add that coin onto the tumbler. And likewise, if we are adding the coins one by one, and if it reaches to the fifth coin and trying to add the sixth one, again we are verifying whether the tumbler is having an empty space to accommodate the sixth coin. So we identified, okay, we understand that, okay, the tumbler is having no empty space, so we don't want to try to add a new coin onto the tumbler. So here we just want to verify the status of the stack. So if the stack is having an empty space, then we can add a new element. Otherwise, we don't want to make an attempt to add a new element onto the stack. Likewise, if we are removing the coins from the tumbler, okay, the last inserted coin may be removed first. So likewise, we are removing the coins one by one, and at last, once all the coins are removed, the tumbler is empty. So without verifying whether the tumbler is having any coin to remove, what will happen? We are wasting the time and we are wasting the resource to remove the tumbler. So remove the coin from the tumbler. So such situation can be avoided before doing the basic operation. So first operation is push operation, second one is pop operation. So basic operations are push and pop. So before adding a new element onto the stack, first step is to verify whether the stack is having any empty space. So that is the operation named is sub operation named is full. Check if the stack is full or not. If you are doing the remove operation, what we are doing, the first step is to verify whether the stack is having any element to remove, or verify whether the stack is empty or not. If the stack is empty, we can't remove we can't perform the pop operation. So these are the basic operations of stack. Okay, now from this stage onwards, we are going to think that how we can relate this one with our program. So we studied that we are going to implement all those concepts with the help of a C program. That is a procedure that we are going to follow. So here in C program, to store the data, we are using array. Then another option, we have structure. So these are the basic two concepts that we are doing this storage of data or storage of a value. So then individual variables like integer type of variables are there, then character type of variables. So apart from that, we have array and structure. So here, to implement the stack, I am going to use an array. An array, we have a definition that array is a collection of similar data elements, and it can accommodate it's a static type of data structure, in the sense it has the limitation that it can accommodate only maximum this much of elements. So in our case, I am using an array of maximum of 5. It can accommodate a maximum of 5 elements. That means int a of 5. So the empty spaces are the spaces, the memory locations, or the index value for the array starts from 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So a of 5 So we can accommodate 5 elements in the array. It starts from 0 to 4. So this is the case. The first one is we can have an empty array, because we are going to start the we are going to start saving elements onto the stack. So our stack is array. So the procedure is to verify the status of the stack. Why? Because that I will explain. Okay. So the first step, I am going to add a new element 10, that is stored in the position 0. Second element 20, that is stored in the position 1. Third element 30, stored in the position 2. 40 in the position 4. It's okay. Just a minute. I just want to make a correction here. 40. Okay, so 40, and this is 50. Okay. And the next element I am going to store is 40, and that is located in the third position. And another element is 50, that is stored in the fourth position. Again I am trying to add a new element 60, but we don't have any empty space here, because we have a maximum of 5 empty space, 5 possible empty spaces, but here is already filled. All the 5 empty spaces are filled with elements. But before without verifying whether the stack is having any empty space, I am trying to add a new element 60. What will happen? The array will not accept the element 60, because the array is having a maximum capacity to store 5 elements. 5 elements is the maximum limit. So in such case, what will happen is that data may be rejected, and that data will be lost. So to avoid that, we just want to verify the status of the stack. For verifying the status of the stack, I am using a variable named as top. So top always represents the status of the stack. So in this case, the stack is empty. We don't have any elements in the stack. So at that time, the value stored in the variable top, so we can consider top is a variable. I am just discussing discussing this concept to help you to write a program. So what I am doing is, I am using a variable top, an integer variable top, and initially it is assigning the value of top as, initializing the value of top as -1. What's the meaning of that is, the stack is empty. The stack is having no elements, so the top value is -1. After inserting the first element 10, the top value equal to 0. After inserting the second element 20, the top represents the index 1. After inserting the third element 30, top represents the index 2. After inserting the element 40, top represents the index 3. After inserting the element 50, top represents the index 4. So this is the procedure to verify whether the stack is having an empty space. How will we verify? Before inserting an element to the stack, I just want to check it out whether if the top value, the value stored in the variable top, is equal to the maximum size of the array -1. The maximum size of the array -1. Here initially the top value is -1, because the stack is empty. Next, what I am going to do is, I am going to insert a new element 10. So before going to insert the new element 10 onto the stack, I am going to verify whether top equal to the maximum size of the array -1. In our case, the top value is equal to 0, and the maximum size of the array is 5, because we can store only the 5 elements in the stack. So maximum size of the array is 5. 5 minus 1, 4. What's the meaning of that? if the stack is full, the last inserted element will be stored in the 4th position. So in our case, initially the top value is equal to 0, and after inserting the second element, we incremented the value of top by 1, so top value equal to 1. After inserting the third element 30, top value again incremented by 1, so top represents the location 2. Again I am inserting the variable value 40, top represents the position 3. Again I am inserting the position 50, top equal to 4. What's the meaning of that? The last inserted element is in the 4th position. We can ensure that the stack is full, or we can confirm that the stack is full. We don't have any empty space to add a new element onto the stack. So how can we verify whether the stack is full or not? So in a program wise, I am writing like this: if top equal to 4, 4 equal to maximum size of the array, that is 5 minus 1, 4. If top equal to 4, that is top equal to maximum size of the array. In our case, the maximum size of the array is 5. If you are declaring the value of array as a of 10, what will be the maximum size of the array? 10. So top equal to 10 minus 1, 9. That means the last inserted element will be located in the position a of 9 if the stack is full. Okay. Next. So this is a case that we are discussing here. Okay, push operation. Check if the stack is full or not. If the stack is full, produce an error. Error in the sense, we are just informing to the user that you don't have any empty spaces on the stack to add a new element. So, and exit. If the stack is not full, in the sense, we may have two cases. Stack may be empty or stack may be partially filled. So we don't want to bother about these two cases because we are going to add a new element. We just want to verify whether the stack is full or not. If the stack is full, then we don't have any empty space. So if the stack is not full, or it may be partially filled or it may be empty, it is not a matter for us. We can directly insert the element in the next available empty space. Okay. Step 4, add data element onto the stack location where top is pointing. So top always represents the last inserted element. So based on the value available in the top, we can finalize where we can insert the new element. So and return the process. This is the operation of a push. Next we are going to discuss about the pop operation. Pop operation can be explained like accessing the content while removing it from the stack is known as pop operation. So before doing the pop operation, we have to follow the preliminary step like verify whether the stack is empty or not. If the stack is empty, we don't have any element there to remove. Consider in this case, so we inserted the elements like this and the stack is full. So we are going to remove the elements one by one from the stack. So first element that we can remove, that is very important. The last inserted element can be removed first. The only option that we can remove from the stack is 40 here. So I removed the element 40. So we have one empty space. So the top represents the now 3. Initially top represents the value, top represents the address 4. Now the top represents the index value 3. Again I removed the, okay, again I made a correction here. 40, this is 50, consider 50, this is 40. Okay, so I am removing the element 40 from the stack. So what will happen? Top represents the next available element, that is the next available element is 32. Likewise, if I am deleting the element 30, top represents the value, the index 1. And if I am removing the element 20, top represents the next location 0. And if I am removing 10 also, top has to be decremented by 1 so that top equal to -1. Now the stack is empty. If I am trying to remove an element, what will happen? There is no element to remove. Then how can we remove? So before attempting to remove an element, we have to ensure that the stack is not empty. Otherwise, it's a wastage of time and memory. So here, before deleting an element or before removing an element from the stack, the first step is to verify whether the stack is empty or not. How will we verify whether the stack is empty? So in the case of a program, I am going to write like this: if top equal to -1, if top equal to -1, we can say that stack is empty. Stack is empty. Or we can say that no element to delete. From the stack and exit. So this is a procedure for deleting an element from the stack. Okay, this is the step here. The first step is to check if the stack is empty. Second step, if the stack is empty, produces an error and exit. If the step 3, if the stack is not empty. If the stack is not empty, in the sense we have two cases: stack may be full or stack may be partially filled. So whatever it may be, we don't want to worry. If the stack is not empty, access the data element from which the top is pointing, because we have a variable to represent the status of the stack. That variable is named as top. Step 4 decreases the value of top by 1. Decrement the top by 1 after each operation. Return success. So this is the basic two operations of a stack. So if you have any doubt, we can discuss this concept in the next videos. Okay, thank you.